performer that we have, Madison.
Hey. It's good to be back, guys, you know. A lot changed for me this summer. I decided to start being healthier, so I quit drinking. Yeah, that ended up with me just like chain smoking cigarettes while my friends are getting drunk. Just kind of like by myself in the backyard, like someone's creepy old uncle. Yeah, I'm like that creepy old uncle. Spent a lot of time in the YMCA this summer. But I wasn't like picking up young Christian men. I was picking up weights, because trying to get jacked. Yeah, everyone this summer was like, ugh, I'm having a brat summer, I'm going clubbing, I'm doing poppers. No, my brat summer was just like me in the YMCA locker room trying not to make direct eye contact with the shirtless old ladies. I'm just like not ready for that level of intimacy in my life quite yet. I did embrace being single this summer, in the sense I had not one, but two work crushes. Yeah, make some noise for work crushes. They're cool. Yeah, okay, so I had a work crush. It was really great. No one talks about how embarrassing it is to try to flirt while wearing a work uniform. Yeah, there's just like something about like trying to spit Riz while wearing a neon orange polo shirt and like orthopedic non-slip shoes that just kind of takes all the sexual tension out of a situation. Everyone's always like Berkeley goggles. No, coworker goggles. Because I somehow convinced myself that a man who repeatedly told me he gave off fruity vibes was like the man for me. That's mine. I worked at a movie theater, so it really helped me get over my fear of teenage girls, which I can say because I'm now 20 and not a teenager. But yeah, you know, I knew I was maturing when I started to like the taste of LaCroix. Yeah, I would be like eating my dinner of like McDonald's chicken nuggets, and I would be like, oh, this meal would just be slightly more elevated if I had a LaCroix to sip on. Because only a true adult can find LaCroix to taste like anything else besides like a burp in water form. But yeah, back to my fear of teenage girls. Woo! There's nothing more scary to me than like a bunch of 13-year-olds in like James Charles full beat makeup. They're like only wearing like clothes from the Addicted clearance tab. And then they'd like try to buy their singular Diet Pepsi with Apple Pay, and I'd have to stand there like a fool in a neon orange polo shirt and tell them like, I'm so sorry, like our computer doesn't take that, it's too old. And then they'd like fish out like a $20 bill from their Lululemon crossbody bag, and like they'd glare at me like I just told them their TikTok Apple dance low-key flopped. Yeah. But you know, I'm over that now. I'm a sophomore, I'm a big girl. I've been reflecting a lot on my time as a freshman though, because that was like low-key embarrassing. But I feel like I spent a lot of time when I was a freshman in frat bathrooms. You know, I have a love-hate relationship with frat parties, just because I hate them, but I also love to get drunk, so. But yeah, most of the time I'm in a frat party, I'm like kind of always in the bathroom. And it's never to actually use the bathroom, it's usually just to like escape the stench of body odor and men who try to like lip sync Kanye West while making eye contact with me. Yeah, so I feel like frat bathrooms are kind of like a different universe. You walk in, it's like the floor's all sticky, no toilet paper, no paper towels, just like 15 drunk girls hyping you up. One time I was in a frat bathroom, they didn't have any toilet paper, but they had a jumbo box of tampons. So if you need to wipe that night, you're out of luck, but if you have a really heavy flow, they've got you covered. My first like week here though, I was like in a frat bathroom and I was talking to this guy and he was like, oh, can we exchange Instagram? And I was like, okay, but I was also very drunk. So I was attempting to say, you can put yours in my phone in reference to his Instagram, but instead I said, you can put it in me. Yeah, I told a random man in the frat bathroom he could put it in me. That was kind of enough to make me never want to talk to a man here again. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. If you like my stuff.
classes so much than what I thought we would add. I really loved the improv crowd. I feel like I could find a new game master for a D&D game. Or maybe a bi girlfriend who is also a part-time barista. I just declared my film major. I did that because I ran out of excuses to watch Netflix. Anybody? You know, I'd be like doing my shit and then my friends are like, why aren't you studying? And I'm like, whoa, whoa. I'm analyzing the mise en scène of Love Island Season 5. You know? I wanted to take outfit inspiration from Rob with the overalls, but I didn't want to flash any of y'all, so that's that. I don't know if you guys noticed, but half of my hair is yellow. Yeah, I really wanted to look more Asian. Now I look like I go to raves and drink boba, so that's pretty nice. I also have a black belt in Taekwondo. Thank you. I worked really hard to give Amazon $35. A lot of training. When I actually came to America pretty recently, I would say I'm currently a sophomore, so I came like last year type, and I went around a lot asking a lot of people like what I should do to really understand the American culture, like really get to know you people, you know? And to that, a lot of people told me to get TikTok, the Chinese app. It worked though, it worked. Now I know a lot about you guys. TikTok is low-key amazing. It gives you insecurities and things that you didn't even know you could be insecure about. You know, every day I'm just like, am I boy pretty or am I girl pretty? Like, why do I have double hip dips on my esophagus area? Freshman year was pretty lit, but I did have a lot of weird people telling me weird things to do or like weird comments on my appearance. For example, I got my ears pierced just like a month ago, and before that I never had my ears pierced. And I told that to one guy, and to that he responded with, damn, that's really rare these days. We need more women like you. And to that I responded, aw, thank you, buddy. But don't be too excited, that just means less holes. I don't know if you guys can really see me back there. Can you guys see me? Awesome, that's awesome. I know it's really hard finding my waist after I ate one Caesar salad for lunch. Yeah, that was a very hard decision, you guys. I also just started going to the gym last semester. Going to the gym is pretty fire, except when you realize you have no idea how to use these medieval BDSM torture equipment. Yeah. I always get really confused, and all my friends are like, you should just ask the gym bros, they're the nicest people ever. And I'm like, I am not asking for help when these people can fold me into an origami crane within 5 minutes. But I did figure out the Uno reverse card into asking help without actually asking for help, okay? So basically, I go up to gym equipment, I read the instructions, and then I completely butcher how to use it. For example, I think I did the worm on the treadmill once. It was bad because they eventually did kick me out of the gym, from my local gym. Yeah, they were really nice. They emailed me and told me I'm not supposed to give back shots to the Stairmaster. I like reading in public. Any of you guys like reading in public? Yeah. I do that because I really want to make sure that other people feel like shit. Yeah. Like, a homie in front of me could be a president of 2 sororities, 5 consulting clubs, but on a 51B? Nah. I'll be pulling up my Intro to Calculus, written by William Shakespeare. I think that's my time, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, give it up one last time for Ashley. Our last comedian of the night is Ricardo.
Thank you. Shit. I've been watching a lot of cartoons lately, and I don't know, I feel like they need to start making episodes with more like realistic scenarios, you know? Like I want to see an episode of Scooby-Doo where they spend a weekend in Oakland. I think that'd be pretty cool. Then the first hour, like their mystery van just gets stolen. You got like Scooby and Shaggy ODing on fentanyl. I don't know. I feel like the Oakland crimes would be too intense for the mystery game. Don't you think? Like I want to see how they handle a murder case. I think that would be pretty fucking cool. I feel like they would just have like dead bodies stacking up with like 0 suspects, no progress being made at all. They're gonna have to figure out how to tell some family that their daughter just died. It's just like, jeepers, you might want to sit down for this. Since we're on the topic of watching things, I just finished watching 50 Shades of Grey. I wasn't a fan, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of that movie, I didn't like it. I didn't like it because like the entire time I was watching it, I was just thinking like, why does this guy have a sex dungeon, you know? Call me old-fashioned, I don't think single guys should have sex dungeons in their apartments, I think it's pretty weird. If you don't think it's weird, put yourself in his shoes, alright? Imagine you trying to build that fucking... Whoa, what the hell? Let's go walk up all over photo. Alright. Oh shit. Ah, there we go. Alright, yeah. If you don't think it's weird, put yourself in his shoes, alright? Imagine you trying to build that fucking room, just talking to the contractor, you're like, yeah, I'm thinking about putting a whipping table right here. Contractor's like, oh, you and the wife are pretty kinky, huh? You're like, nope, no wife. No, this room's just for me. It's great to be back in Berkeley. I'm so happy to be back. I did have a weird first week though. It was not a good welcome week. I got catcalled by a homeless lady. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I didn't know they could do that. I didn't know she was capable of that. It was weird, dude. I was walking down Durant. She just goes like, "Damn, can I get a piece of that ass?" I'm just like, "Not playing no." I did not do her, no. Actually, I declined. I did. And let me be specific. I politely declined. Because, like, I've never been catcalled before. I've never been in this situation. And plus, like, I grew up around sisters, so, like, I handled this the only way I knew how. She catcalls me, and I just went, "Sorry, I have a boyfriend," and I walked away.
That's it for stand-up, y'all. This week and next week, the 12th and the 17th. Follow our Insta at Standup and Cal. Come perform with us.